to the Writers Cosmos first interview, and I hope you're doing great. Would you like to introduce yourself first? And before that, I'd like to mention that we have called her because she's great at her writing skills, she's great at her poetry skills, and her accent is something that suits her pieces so well, and that results in the perfect recitation. And she's one of the best content writers we have in our group. So, Akshaya, over to you. Please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. I'm Akshaya Elampooranan. I'm from Tamil Nadu, Salem. I joined TWC about a few months ago, must have been like 6 or 7 months since I've joined now. And I've been having a great experience. I've been writing a lot of stuff and I've been taking part in a lot of open mics. They serve as a really good stress reliever / a platform to express my feelings. And it's been great.
The most obedient and the most consistent performer of our community. She is always there in every week's open mic, and I love when she performs. I love her speaking, I love her accent, and I love whatever content she performs most of the time. So great. And small introduction of myself also. So hi guys, my name is Yash, and I am the host, recently made host of this community, the Writers Cosmos, and here we have Kriti. I would want you to also give a small introduction.
Yeah, myself Kriti, and I am the host and manager of the Writers Cosmos since more than 2 years now. And I am having a great time with all the writers and new joined members over here. So, beginning with the interview, Writers Cosmos is a writing community offering writers all kinds of services from basic to advanced, let it be helping in content writing through open mics and contests, or helping in professional writing by helping them publishing their books, helping them to sell them as well. And with that, I think we should begin with the interview, Yash. And first of all, we have a plenty of segments in the interview ahead, but the first one is obviously to know you as a writer, and Yash will proceed with some of the questions which will justify the theme.
Oh, I remember this very vividly, sort of. I was in an exam hall in my 5th grade. I was doing my 5th standard. I must have been like 7 or 8 years old at that time. And I was just sitting down, and the question paper had an empty side. They had only printed one side, and the other side was empty. And I was just sitting simply, and I looked at my pen, and I was like, "Hey, this is something very nice, and I'm going to write about it." And I wrote something, and the invigilator looked at me, and he was like, "Excuse me, what? You're writing on the question paper? That's prohibited, sort of." And then he proceeded to read the piece, and he felt like it was. He thought that it was good, and so he was one of the first people to encouraged me to write poetry when I was a very small child. And he always told me that I should be writing a book, which I recently did, and I feel so happy about that. Yeah, so that's my first time writing.
That's so sweet, and I'd like to add something to it. I had a completely similar experience in my exam in class 7, and I had an extra answer sheet, like we get supplementary sheets. So in that, one sheet was left over, and we had to return it back, but I wrote a poetry on it, and fortunately or unfortunately, the invigilator was Hindi teacher, and I had written the poetry in Hindi only. So she came and she said, like, give me the sheet, and I was like, "Okay, ma'am, I have written a poetry in it. Please don't take it from me." So she said, okay. And then she went away. And then she came again. She told me to give the answer sheet. And then she took it away. She checked it. She pointed out grammatical mistakes. And she wrote very good on that. So that was, I remember that from your incident. It was quite similar.
A lot of poetries, and the book that I wrote recently stems from mostly negative emotions, which I have a lot, which is a bad thing, sort of. But then uh, I use writing as a way to deal with what I feel, good or bad, happy, sad, whatnot. So, yeah, writing is very closely related to whatever happens. Whatever I write in a day is somehow related to whatever happened in that day. So, yeah, that's how it goes back. Inspiration, small things around me, big things happening around me, good things happening around me, bad things happening around me, bad things happening to me, good things happening to me, everything. I don't write fiction. I mainly write, it's either politics or reality, something like that.
I can understand your point of writing down negative emotions, and that's okay. I think that's what writing is for.
A lot of teachers, usually when they look at me, uh, they think I'm trouble, but writing has helped me gain this side. I usually do speaking and writing. I usually do speeches in my school and whatnot. I take part in a lot of competitions. So that thing, writing especially, has given me this confidence to speak, which has given me another side in school. So yeah, that has been one big cheat code. The craziest thing that I've ever written. Uh, I write love poems to people that don't exist. As embarrassing as it sounds, yeah, happens. I don't know why I do it, but I do it.
I can definitely understand that thing. And as even our founder says that, she used to write and then she got a partner of the same way. So I hope that that works. And that's a great, and that was great knowing you as a, these were some typical questions. I think these are like that important but typical questions. And let's proceed. I think I'll continue the event ahead. So
I would like to just add something. They are not just love poems. If you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. Yeah, we shall proceed.
yeah, as we know that you are a consistent participant in the open mics held by TWC. Have you ever participated in other open mics?
No, I haven't. I take part in school competitions and like speaking stuff, but not like open mics.
Didn't you ever think of an offline open mic kind of thing? Like, because in Delhi they are very common for people to come and participate. I don't know about the area you live in.
In my place, competitions like that usually happen in schools, but in colleges they are kind of rare. But in school, even in school, they don't do all this like open mic, open theme sort of thing. They give you a topic, they give you 3 minutes to prepare a monologue, and you should deliver it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so basically that speech kind of competition.
No, we have to perform it. They give us 3 minutes to prepare what we are going to be talking about. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Kind of. I'm not like, I don't have a professional sort of fixed way to do it, but I write random things.
So I can assume that you are good at storytelling.
Storytelling, yeah, narration is one thing I'm good at.
You mentioned one thing in the interview that you have written a book recently. Would you like to talk about it?
Yeah, definitely. That book, it's a very close thing to my heart. I put very little time into it, but a lot of work. So that book happened like the public exam was in 2 months, and they said the time to write the book is 2 months. So I had to wrap up writing in 1 month, post writing, the editing and whatnot in 1 month. So it was hectic, but also I felt a lot of joy and relief writing that book. The title of the book is Yavarum Orkula Mandro. The title is in Tamil, but the contents are in English. The Question of Change is the subtitle of the book. It's sociopolitics, and it involves a lot of politics happening to teenagers like me, girls, and in schools and everything.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. The theme seems pretty nice. With the thing you mentioned, don't you think like even if it is a very good thing that the content is in English, so it reaches a broader audience. But when it comes to the title, you said it is in Tamil. So don't you think that the person who is looking for your book will assume that the book is in Tamil?
Yeah, that has happened a lot. A lot of people were like, "Hey, is the book in Tamil?" And I was like, "No." So why there is a strong reason why I believe the title should be in Tamil.
Yeah.
One thing, the book was heavily influenced by my grandfather. So he's a Tamil teacher. So I thought it would be a nice way to acknowledge the fact that I've gotten a lot from him.
So it carried a significance for you.
Yeah.
Okay, that seems so nice to hear. And I think that is a precious thing linked with that book. So anytime you look at it, you know the reason. That's nice. So do you have any further ideas, like any book you want to write in future?
Oh yeah. So in Tamil grammar, there is this classification of literature. So people classify Tamil literature into two classes basically. One is Agathinai, another thing is Purathinai. Purathinai deals with war and kingdoms and politics, strategies, whatnot. I've written in Purathinai, politics, that is. So I am aiming to write a book in Agathinai, probably a nice sort of love story, breakup story, whatnot, heartbreak, sort of. I don't know. I don't have an idea yet, but I'm going to write about this particular thing.
That's nice. I'm hearing that the books you are writing are not much related to the write-ups you write, because the write-ups you mentioned that you write majorly around your emotions, and while the books are focused on your other interests like socio-politics. And do you like to ever enter a genre in book which is related to your emotions, or would you like to enter fiction?
That would be nice. Emotions, scripting my emotions into
Yeah.
a book. But I feel like it would also be a little bit like complicated, because one time you feel one thing, another
Yeah.
time you feel another thing. You have to put it together in a presentable way as a book. So yeah.
So for that reason, you wish to stay into this politically correct genre of writing books.
Not exactly politically correct. When I'm talking about books, it should be consistent. It should be like proper. Whereas write-ups, I can talk about one specific thing and
Okay.
not, move from the topic. Book contains a lot of topics, and we should put it together beautifully. So I feel like
That's nice.
emotions, yeah, it would be odd to fit.
That's a nice thought. So, is there any particular genre which you wish to enter in future?
Um, uh, Fiction, perhaps. Yeah, I would like to do that.
Even I have the same answer, because I'm very fantasized by people writing fiction. They're doing it too good, and I really want to excel that thing as well. I can understand that, and I think Writers Cosmos is a great platform. To just say it out to our creative mentor Sneha ma'am, and just you handle the rest. We'll be giving you the idea, the genre, and she'll guide us in a better way. To just pen down and publish it later. I find it really good, because like if I was even I want to enter into writing books, and I'm thinking the same SOP to publish my book as well. Let's proceed. So is there something, like as a writer, whenever I write my particular piece, so not every time I'm satisfied by writing. When it comes to art, there are three responses to an art. One is yes, one is no, and one is wow. And wow is what I aim for. And not every time I get satisfied when I write something. When do you get satisfied? Like, what satisfies you in writing?
What satisfies me? Oh, yeah. So When I was a small writing poetry, I didn't really have a clear idea if it was good or bad. Whatever I felt, I put it on a paper. That was poetry for me back then. But now it's becoming more refined, I feel like. So whenever I write poetry, I either read it to myself or I ask someone to read it to me. And if it just feels good to hear, then yeah, it gets a check.
Okay, that's a nice way as well. I'll definitely try it for myself. It seems interesting. So, just a couple of questions, and then Yash will be proceeding with. And like, where do you see your future self as a writer? Where do you see your future self?
I think as a writer in the future, I don't have much of a clear idea, but I feel like if I'm going to be consistent, if I'm going to be impactful, I might hit big. Yeah, so that's what I
Professionally,
am
you want
thinking
to
of.
become a doctor.
I'm trying for that.
Okay, God bless you for that. And just one last question, which is your favorite genre? I think it's about feeling lonely. I assume it, but you can answer.
My favorite genre, historical fiction.
Oh, nice. So you're into reading books as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I am crunching books on a daily basis. I love it.
That's nice. That's nice.
It was like it was called an extempo competition, and I had to go there, and I they had this cardboard box full of topics. They wrote the topics, rolled it up, put it in the box, and they asked me to pick one. And I put my hand there, and I picked one, and I got some odd topic. I don't remember. But apparently, I spoke really well about the topic. They gave us 3 minutes to prepare, and I spoke well. And those people handling the competition, a teacher was grading those speeches. Two people from that place, they came to me and they were like, "Hey kid, that was great." So that was my first time. I was really nervous, and when they said that, there is this sort of good feeling that kind of slaps you in the face, and that is actually one of my motivations to write. So I get that feeling every time I do something good, and that's what I yearn for.
It's like a target you have set for in your past self, and like you know that you can do every time you think you can't.
Okay,
These are like
rapid fire
that,
sort
this
of.
or that kind of thing, like this or that type questions.
Yeah. Okay, this or that type, all right.
Yeah.
Character development. Fiction, but depends. Depends. If I'm writing, it's non-fiction. If I'm reading, it's fiction.
Like writing using pen and paper or screen.
Pen and paper, absolutely.
Would you love to write a short story or
A novel,
poetry or storytelling? What
depends. But I would say poetry. Poetry, yeah.
writing a dialogue or description using scene.
Description,
First person or third
yeah, okay. Let me just make my mind up. First person,
person.
yeah.
So
Night owl, absolutely.
all right. So we have another segment now. So all of us have our comfort place, While
Yeah.
I'm also not that not so talented guy, I'm also a musician. So I also have a little bit of talent. I do not underestimate me for the game.
You are great. You are doing awesome work. That's fun.
So all of us have some comfort place, whenever we like to I like to practice music. So usually there's a place where I like to sit and I'm in my own zone. So sometimes for people it's their balcony, it's their terrace. What's your
Might be a little bit embarrassing. So yeah, for most of the time, I think I use my brain productively in the toilet.
Yeah, I was actually thinking
Yeah,
about you to answer this.
Even I
it's
expected
me.
that because it's true.
That's so bad. Yeah, so for me, it's either the bed or the toilet. Yeah, shower basically. I turn on the shower and I'm like, yeah, I'm using 80% of my brain power now. Yeah.
I expected that somewhere because I know it is the genuine answer.
Most of the people they'd be like embarrassed and they'd be like, oh my god, in the balcony where the air is low. No, yeah, that's you're lying, bro. Yeah, yeah.
So I want to talk about some studies that you study. There's a thing which impacts cold water or warm water impacts when you take bath. So people who take bath in your campus often, when people take bath with cold water, they are like relaxing their mind. I don't know, but most of the times when you are taking bath in warm water or shower, you tend to feel a little better in terms of like thinking new things. Does that go the same for you?
No, actually, cold water I do it on a daily basis because yeah, it just feels more real to me. Very sensory inputs, different sensory inputs. Sometimes it feels very overwhelming, so a cold bath just calms my nerves down. I just go turn on the shower and it makes me feel in the moment. So yeah,
Cold
when I'm
water
taking
actually
bath,
makes you feel energetic.
I don't know about that. I sleep usually after I get some. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's a bit ironical, but generally I've heard this like the same study you're talking about. It mentions that the cold water is generally, used to energize yourself. Like when you're feeling lazy, you can just have a cold water bath and you'll feel better.
Most of the times, not most of the times, but yeah, sometimes when we are like stuck and our minds are stuck in a mental block. So how do you cope about that mentally?
I listen to songs, watch movies, go out with my dad to look at different things so that my brain starts cranking again.
Yeah, I find the answer is perfect because to continue art, you need your exposure towards art.
Yeah. Often, in the sense, I watch movies like once or twice in 2 weeks. So I don't know if it's often, but yeah, that's the time period of it.
And how would you like to describe yourself in just 3 words?
Uh,
Gracefully self-destructive and chaotic. Sometimes I don't do the self-love self-motivation sort of thing. I go in front of the mirror and look at myself and like, look here, you idiot, you're going to do it and you're not going to act stupid. I do that every day in the morning. So yeah, I don't know about that. Mentally, sort of physically self-destructive, I don't know.
All right, nice.
nice. What's nice in that? Do you have any best friends? Like that, good friends?
Do non-humans count?
Oh, the ones whom you can interact with.
2 humans and 1 cat.
Oh, that's nice. That's so cute.
Yeah,
Do share
but
its
most.
picture with me. I love cats.
Oh yeah, that's so. Mostly cats and then humans for me personally. Oh my god, that's so cute. Yeah, they are so fun.
So I have also heard from people who have dogs as their pets. Mostly females and mostly cats as their pets. How does it work for you?
I
I heard
No, actually, I've been hanging out with that cat for like solid, I think 5, 6 years now, and I've been doing pretty well. Actually, without her, I would have been in a worse place, mentally and physically.
You're really thoughtful. I think you should add one word thoughtful to your 3 word thing.
Oh,
So this is a question about what people have writers.
as a writer, misconception. Oh yeah, the book that I wrote. I am 17, so people were like 17-year-old writing sociopolitics. What? So I was like, yeah, 17-year-old writing sociopolitics. What's so bad about it? And they were like, you don't have the experience. I wrote what I experienced firsthand, so I don't know. Not experienced, not quite. Yeah,
That was
that
a
was
good answer.
something.
That was a very good answer. And now it's a fun segment, which is game time. So we will play a
Yay.
game.
Sounds so fun.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yes, yay! So now the twist is that you have that whatever question I ask, you have to answer the wrong answer. Like you have to be
Oh.
wrong. So let's proceed. Question 1. What is the best thing about writing?
So many people are such a pain that you want to stop writing, sort of. No, I hate reading books.
Who is your biggest inspiration to write more? Don't say my name.
Well, Yash.
I was expecting
Yeah. No, actually, Yash, you're just so good at being. You're just so good at being very uncoordinated about this stuff. It's actually good. Like I mean this.
people watching this should know Aaruni.
Let's see the number of views on this video. Question 3. Greatest character of all time.
Vikram and Kamal Hassan are great actors, by the way.
Next question. Secret to writing a bestseller book.
Eat omelets in the morning.
The next question. Most important quality a writer should have.
Being non-vegetarian, I think, is
What is the best time or best place to write?
I feel like jumping from my terrace. Yeah.
So the next and the last question of this series. Okay, it's the same. Like you mentioned a place. No, now I'm talking about time. Best time to write.
When the sun is shining bright, you go stand there in the sun and you are dripping with sweat. That's the best time to write.
The perfect answer.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for.
you're
I
good.
finally did one good thing. That's
You're
fun.
all good. So the next part over to you, Yash.
So now, if you are ever writing a book on your life, or if someone else does, what is the title that you like to give first?
Cheap trick and a cheesy one-liner.
Oh,
Sometimes when we want to get people, we do some silly things.
oh
right?
yeah. Okay,
one of
I got the
those.
perspective.
Yeah.
And what would be the wrong answer to this question?
The greatest biography of all times would be the wrong answer. Mine is going to be the trashiest, most pitiable yet laughable story, and calling it the greatest biography would be the wrong answer.
Oh, the next question.
Okay, please.
So you enter a room. Your younger self
Yeah.
is sitting right there. Sit beside her and proceed.
Okay. Yeah. So you've done a great job surviving, dear. But just let things go and let it play out, and just sit and watch. It's going to be all right. That's what I tell myself.
As a writer, like as in you are a like okay, I'm shifting the topic a bit. I obviously respect your answer with full decency, but shifting a bit that you are a great writer now. So even your 12-year-old self was a writer.
You're doing a terrible job writing. What is wrong with the cheesy stuff that you're writing? That's absolute trash. Write something more real. perhaps
How long have you been now?
7 or 8 months. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, it's been great time. It's so good that I've not bothered to count the months. It just feels so new doing everything here. It has given me a lot of good things, a lot of things that I always wanted to do, like writing a book and open mics and a lot of good people, good friends, like a lot of great people like you and like Kriti. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of positive and very good things from TWC.
Describe me and Kriti in 3 words.
Kriti, I would say beautiful and nurturing, considerate. Yash, okay, energetic, big bro energy, and another word, very enthusiastic, zealous, I would say. I feel like you would be a great you would be a good lover boy, so I think lover boy we could compress it into one word and yeah.
Oh my god.
People watching this interview, I've got a special
Oh my god.
The best compliment a guy can ever receive is being called a lover boy. I think that the time was worth it for you as well. It was like I don't know. It gave more like a chit chat session vibe more than an interview. We were a bit formal in the beginning, but I think it went pretty well. And I hope you enjoyed and it was worth it your time. And that's what Writers Cosmos is, growing together. And that's it for today's interview.